This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Welcome to Todd and Tazzy Tuesdays. A Bunny Hugs and Mental Health production. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
So, last week
On this episode,
you were talking about, it was a friend's opinion, and this is something that that really affects my mental health, and not just with friends. I just mean in general now. It's like the world, if you have an opinion, it's a fact. It's like, no, that's not a fucking fact. Sorry, I swear.
Well, it wasn't my friend's opinion. It was the fact that he thought he knew what was going on, and it became fact to him.
That's so bananas to me.
Oh, yeah. No, mental health doesn't exist. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, that's perfect. I told a fellow one time, I said, by you saying that, you're going to hurt somebody else. Well, it hurts somebody's feelings, maybe. No, not feelings. I mean, they're going to hurt themselves because sometimes people want to hear something to let them say it's okay to kill themselves.
Right. You validated the wrong thing.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Misvalidation of something that's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Whatever your judgment is, it's not for you to come out there. Judging is for God and little children.
It doesn't mean it's fact.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I worked with this, she might've been a teenager then. I don't know. This young adult girl who was diagnosed with ADHD. This was when I was on the wait list for my assessment.
Okay.
And she was telling me how her dad poo-poos it and says, it's just all attitude and there's no such thing about ADHD and stuff. And I could see in her face, like she was not just pissed off, felt unvalidated. And yeah, it's even when I got my assessment and my diagnosis, I still questioned it. I fooled the doctor, or, they made a mistake. And like, I don't need someone else in my head telling me it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I can't have a mental illness. I have a penis. Right?
Yeah.
I have a magic wand that makes everything okay.
Yeah. Just go to work. Just work harder.
Just work harder. Put some dirt on it. What?
And and again, it's like, well, what does your dad do? He's a farmer. And I'm not saying farmers are dumb or anything, but I'm like, no. That's not. So he has no expertise at all. Yeah.
Right.
He's done the research. Yeah.
And here's the deal, right? Even that's what I tell people. They didn't think black holes existed. They didn't think Europe existed at one point in time, right? They didn't think the New World existed at one time. They used to think that they didn't understand what an eclipse was, right? Oh, it's the lords are afraid of us, or no, we're afraid. I don't think the lords are afraid of us. But geez, I bet you right now the lords are afraid of us. They're looking at the world going, yeah, that's why we're not going back, dude. That and we have to go. We can't fly directly there. We have to go back. All these people that are armchair doctors, they don't understand the damage that they do by saying to somebody bullshit. Because now you're giving that person an option to say, oh, I probably am not then. And then they're not going to get help. And then there was a guy, and I think I told you this, a friend of mine who was doing very well after getting diagnosed, and he left home and he was diagnosed and on his meds, and he was making leaps and bounds. And then his dad said, yeah, you can move back home. But the dad made him go off the meds, and then less than 3 weeks later, he was dead.
What?
Because the dad said, no, you can't be on meds in my house. And he goes, well, I can't live anywhere else.
What kind of med? Like just anti-anxiety or whatever?
Like he had some of the deepest depression I've ever met, I've ever seen. Right?
That is.
I promised his sister that I won't, use his name or anything like that. But
that's unbelievable.
And he was gone. because
that's like the worst meds to just cold turkey.
well, it is too, right? I mean, a lot of people can do a lot of stuff. I mean, it's funny how fast I shouldn't say that because it took me 3 days to call about this last heart attack, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. It's probably nothing. I bet you it's probably. And finally, I told myself that on the Friday night, I said, if I go to bed and I wake up and my neck is numb and my cheeks are numb and my teeth are numb and my arm is numb, then I'll call. And even then, I wake up and the universe is like, it's time to call an ambulance, right? And I went, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk from here to the front door and see and I took a few steps, boom, I was down. I don't know if I told you this. I was laying on the ground. I look over, hey, there's the ball we've been looking for forever. It's underneath
For the dog.
For the dog. Yeah, well, we had foster puppies, right?
Yeah.
And
you just don't want to bother anyone? Like you feel like
I didn't want it to be true.
Well,
right?
That's sometimes I think that's what people's when they're
exactly
yeah.
right.
When they're discrediting something, it's actually
but you know what? The second heart attack, I was in the middle of being depressed, and I didn't want to call the ambulance. I'm like, if I don't call an ambulance,
passive suicide.
I'll go on, passive suicide. I'll go on to my next life and be whatever I'm going to be. It's got to be better than this. Well, even I got into it with a priest one time on the air on a radio station where he said, well, I don't believe suicide in depression. I think it's just a lack of moral character. And I said, why is that? I said, oh yes, we had a parishioner take his life recently. And I said, oh, and so you're Catholic, right? Yeah. No, this isn't a slam against Catholics or whatever. I don't care. Send the letters to whoever cares because I'm not going to read them. Okay.
That's Tazz Norris. You can find him on.
Yeah. I don't give a shit, right? I'll correct your spelling and send it back. And I said, okay, so your parishioner knew that by taking their life, that they're condemning themselves to hell, according to your doctrine. Yes, I said, and they chose that over being alive right now. What does that tell you? And the priest looked at me, and he was a big Irish cat. He just looked over me, and I'd look, and a tear, and then more tears, and he just goes, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Will you come talk to my parishioners? And yes, I will. Dude, 30 years ago. You have to look at it from the eyes of the person that's suffering, because often you won't understand why they're suffering because perhaps you're not built that way. Some guys and some guys and some girls and will be like, okay, well, I just broke up. Oh, that's it. Next. They'd be like, oh, we just broke up. I can't handle that. I don't know the rejection, right. And so they two same thing, two completely different ways that people have handled it.
Yeah, I don't know why people can't. I mean, I kind of know why, but you don't have to understand things. You just have to accept it. Like,
yes.
Just fucking accept it. I get that you don't get it, but
it's not up to you to understand everything.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, okay. Yellow and blue make green. Well, why? Do you care? No, it's green. There you go. It's green.
just
more
accept
yellow,
it.
Brighter. More yellow, brighter green. More blue, darker green. Right? That's just the way it is. I don't need to know that if you mix onions and butter together, it's freaking delicious. Why? Well, I don't know. I don't care about the chemical this and that and then the salt and that. No, guess what? It's good. I'm gonna eat it. Right? But just like you and I like different things, right? Some people like very spicy food, and some people, but it's not for everybody.
Actually, I had a friend that I was telling her about my mental health. We see each other maybe once every 6 weeks or whatever, and I'm how's your head, how's your heart, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I've been doing pretty good. I still get suicidal thoughts, probably daily or whatever. Yeah. And like she like hit the brakes. She's like, "What?" Like, and like it blew her mind. Yeah. And she's like, "I am so sad for you. I'm so scared. Like this is so bad." I'm like, "Don't be. No, I'm not." And then it was hard for me to understand her. Like you don't get suicidal thoughts ever.
What's wrong with you?
Why are you freaking out? Like so I get them every day. I have for 30 years. Like what the fuck?
As long as I've been alive, I've wanted to be dead.
Yeah.
Right. As far back as I can remember, but I won't act on it. It's like you want to call some guy a blah, 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 right? Or you call some lady that's bigger than some Karen, or I hate the people call Karen, because I've got some friends that are beautiful Karens, but some just these mean people, and you want to go, you want to, right? But we don't. We have a thought to do it, but we're not going to act on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime after a while, I think feeling like taking your life is just part of who you are now.
Yeah.
We're not going to act on it, right? You know how many times I go, I'm just going to stop doing comedy and move to BC and live there forever? No, because comedy brings me and other people great joy. Probably mostly me. But and it's funny that people that just don't understand that. And I used to be jealous of those people, because it was a lot of, oh my God, what would it be like to not hate myself?
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't hate myself. I love myself sometimes, but I know that I'm a work in progress, right?
Yeah. And I mean, for me, it's, it comes and goes. Some days I do really hate myself, and other times I really, really enjoy my own company.
Yeah.
And not to say that sometimes suicidal thoughts don't get serious, because they do, but I know the difference when it's just a thought and when it's like a consideration,
A need.
Yeah. And then that's when it's like, oh shit, what am I? Okay,
well, then you call me straight away, or I'll call you straight away, and we'll figure it all out, right? I mean, that's
Or what am I not doing that I normally do that helps, or whatever? Yeah.
But now we have steps in place, right? So that we can get out of I mean, I remember laying on the couch one day being so depressed, and Weeby's coming in going, what's going on? And I've always been open with him. I said, Dad's very just really just sad. I'm in such a deep, deep hole. And he goes, oh, have you thought about standing up? Because sometimes when I'm laying down, when I'm playing in the hole in the backyard, it feels deep, but then I just stand up and it's not very deep and I can step out of it. I went, there you go. Right, there you go.
You profound bastard.
Yeah. But guess what? He got that because we talk openly about mental health.
Yeah.
We should do one of these with my boys and I, because
I know we keep saying that.
Yeah, I don't have enough chairs. We
the camera doesn't go wide angle enough.
Yeah. I probably could make something happen, but
yeah, actually my son was gonna sit and talk with you one of these times for the podcast.
100%. I'd love to.
Forget.
Yeah, it'd be great, because you know what? They have this generation and the middle generation's thoughts and beliefs, right? And you and I mean, I can't remember how old you are. 40 what? 2?
7.
Shut up. Jeez. I'm 57. So we're a decade apart. So we're technically of almost the same, but we're not same generation, right?
Right. I grew up in a small town, so I'm basically the same generation then, because we're about 10 years behind Regina.
And not 10 good years either. and we see what we're seeing. And my son, so my oldest boy has seen me fight a whole bunch of times. My youngest one has never seen me raise my fist to anybody. Because when my oldest was, I wasn't well when my oldest was young. So Josh and I have a completely different relationship than Beastie and I, right?
Well, it's amazing how different children can be, even from the same parents.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Same dad, different moms, and 13 years apart, right? So...
Well, my kids are only 2 years apart, same parents, and it's like...
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird. It's like...
Where the hell did you get that from? You ever do that? You're like, what? Right? And not even in a bad way. It's in a... like, what did you just... That's awesome. Where did you learn... I don't care where you learned that from. Keep it up. Right? What did I say? Sometimes my boys are who I am, or who they are because of me, and sometimes in spite of me.
Oh, God, I feel that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my oldest one, I was just thinking of this today, actually.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if he could use like some EMDR therapy. That's the rapid eye.
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah.
And he doesn't even know it. Like, he has traumas from when I was not well, and he saw and heard things. And I'm like, I wonder if that has anything to do with some of his mental health issues. Or
It might, but we don't go there in a hating ourselves manner, right? We shouldn't go there in a hating ourselves manner. We go there in a healing manner.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the fact my boys have my DNA sometimes, but then they'll say something funny or something smart, and I'll go, that's me. Like, I know that is me, right?
And you say, you're welcome, son.
Yeah, you're welcome. It balances out your ADHD and your depression and your anxiety, balances out the fact you're funny.
Sorry about your penis. You have your mother's penis. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know, we're having a lovely conversation. And I thought, this is the one episode I'm going to show everybody, and then you talk.
This is why I'll never be able to do stand up.
There's probably hundreds of reasons, but anyway, Oh man, so what's on the horizon for you in the next little bit, brother?
Yesterday, I signed a contract to be part of a podcast network.
Oh, nice.
So podcast network reached out and wanted me to be on there, and
awesome.
It was about a month of emailing back and forth and contracts and stuff, and
yeah,
it might mean nothing, it might mean great things, but giddy up, let's see what happens.
Well, you reach more people this way too, right? So it'd be lovely.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I got an email today about a potential really nice speaking engagement in June.
Awesome.
Spring is coming.
I think is today the first day of spring.
I don't know. It's
maybe.
Pretty close. It's pretty damn close. If it's not today, it's tomorrow or something. But
I'll tell you right now, the weather people don't understand that this first day of spring here is pretty cold, but it's not bad. I mean,
yeah, and there's I got some challenging stuff too ahead a bit. I went and saw my parents the other day back home in Indian Head, which isn't very far from here, but
69 kilometers actually.
It is. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's weird. I can't remember one of my cousins' name, but I remember that Indian Head is 69 kilometers away from Regina.
Well, that's a funny number. That's why.
Oh, keep going to Saluda. Keep going to Saluda.
Yeah, my parents are getting older, and Mom is like, we've all moved away from Indian Head now, so it's tough to see Mom get emotional, and she's really in her head about getting older too and stuff, and so and Jen lost her mom this summer, so it's it's all fresh, and I mean, I just roll with the punches, I guess, and try to just be grateful.
Yeah. We got good spouses and great kids, man. I mean, despite who we think we are, when I sit back and look, I'm glad that I'm part of it. And that's one of the reasons I'll never take my life, man, because I'm blessed to be alive, even though sometimes I don't feel that way.
I know it's a weird thing having our brains, because there's times where and like the older I get too, is like I'm realizing you can feel opposite emotions at the same time, and it's like there's times where I'm like depressed and like
well yes and no.
Well, yeah, but I could be like suicidal ish and like depressed, but also like just be content and
there you right. It's depressed to tears and happy to tears and content, right? all in the same like moment. You're like, oh hey, yeah, right.
Oh, the meds are wearing off.
If the meds wear off, then I get hungry. That's the thing,
right? Oh man, well, thank you so much again for
buddy,
for the chin wag.
I love you, brother. I
love
think,
you too, man.
I think you're an amazing cat, and I'm glad we've connected. And I'm happy that my life is going in a place where I feel excited again, and this is great. So,
well, it's infectious.
The more that we talk about this, the more that people are going to understand it's okay, and the more that we talk, more people are going to listen, and we're going to help people, and that's what's important here.
Yeah, and I love that if you're feeling like shit, you still show up and just feel like shit, and you're vulnerable, and you let people see it.
It's okay, right?
Yeah.
Feeling like crap is just one of the many emotions, right?
Feel like crap and content.
Yeah. Feel like you can crap in a tent. That's what I heard. So it's perfect, right? No camping. You know what they say? You go to the camping, you're too tense. Ah!